Hey guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. I hope you are having a fantastic Sunday afternoon. It is a candle review day here on my channel, so I'm just sharing some thoughts about some new to me candles that I recently purchased. Both of the reviews going up today are from Bath & Body Works. If you missed it a little earlier, I shared my thoughts on the Bath & Body Works Bridgerton Collection Danbury Shortbread. Spoiler, if you haven't watched that video yet, I will link it in the description box down below. But oh man, is that an absolutely delicious fragrance. Now, this is in a completely different fragrance family here with the Blush Amber and Peony, but both of these candles have been performing really well for me. So I'm actually really excited to share these reviews with you all today. So anyway, if you are not already subscribed to my channel and you are interested in more home fragrance content, definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button right below this video here. That way all of my new content should pop up in your subscription feed as it goes live here on my channel. So anyway, you guys, Blush Amber and Peony. So this is a completely new fragrance to me. I'm not sure if this is a repackage or if this was something else back in the day. I have no idea. I, in like previous years, have never really gravitated towards a lot of the more floral perfumey fragrances from Bath & Body Works. I tend to lean a little bit more heavily, or naturally, I guess you could say, towards like gourmands and fruity scents, but I do enjoy a lovely floral, and this is the type of floral that I happen to really personally love. It's a very perfumey scent, and I'm actually burning it alongside the Into the Night candle right now, and I cannot like recommend that particular combination enough. If you happen to have an Into the Night available and you also pick this candle up, you have to burn them together. They are the most perfect combination, you guys. If you don't have the Into the Night, oh gosh, what would be another alternative? I was gonna say Dark Kiss, but that's kind of silly because Dark Kiss is not available currently or at all anymore from Bath & Body Works. So never mind. Just if you can get your hands on Into the Night, burn that alongside this one and just prepare to be wowed. It's a lovely combination, you guys. So let's go ahead and go through the usual review here. Let's talk fragrance notes. I'll tell you what my nose picks up. We'll talk strength and throw, overall burn quality, and we will wrap it up from there. All right, so their description reads, fresh picked blossoms and joyful rays of sunshine. The fragrance notes are sweet peony, warm musk, and golden pear. All right, so I'm gonna get started with their description because I'm gonna say that I actually don't agree with that. A lot of times, you know, when they do these little blurbs about the fragrances, I'm usually in agreement with what they have to say. But while this is definitely a floral, this does not make me think joyful rays of sunshine. This makes me think dark, moody, perfumey, beautiful perfumey floral. I think this is more of a like sexy date night or evening type of fragrance. I would not consider this even a springy or summery floral. This to me falls into a perfect like fall and winter type floral. It's just very kind of heavy in its presentation, I feel like. It's so pretty though. Honestly, this is one of those scents where, and I say this, I feel like a lot sometimes when it comes to florals especially, I wish that there was a personal fragrance product available in this scent exactly. I would wear this as a perfume. I would wear this as a body spray. I would love this as a shower gel or body cream. This is just a really beautiful perfumey floral. And so yeah, I'm gonna disagree with the like rays of sunshine here because this is more of just a sexy like evening type fragrance to my nose. But that being said, it is very pretty. By the way, can we give it to Bath & Body Works for this label here? I am a huge fan of the large, like vintage botanical print wallpapers. I'm obsessed with wallpapering a few rooms in our house here, but I have no business doing that right now because have you ever priced wallpapering? Holy moly. I got some quotes and I was just thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna have to save for a few years here because, man, I want it done right, so I'm not gonna do it myself. But I'm gonna have to save up to like pay for wallpapering because I had no idea how horrifically expensive that was. So, but yeah, this is the type of wallpaper that I would love to have, or like wallpaper print, if you will, that I would love to have in my dining room and maybe even in our powder room downstairs here. Isn't it pretty? Just has these gorgeous, fluffy, ruffly peonies. There's also some other floral accents on here, but I just love the moody kind of mauve-y blush tones of this label. It just speaks to me. So anyway, let's get into the fragrance notes. I feel like that's enough about my love of floral wallpapers. The fragrance notes read sweet peony, warm musk, and golden pear. Listen, I don't know where this golden pear is hiding, but it is not in this fragrance. The sweet peony, I will agree with, but it's also a very dark peony. This does not come across as a like bright springy peony to my nose. This is not like the Enchanted Peony from Homeworks. That is a very bright and lively and lighter peony in a way, I guess you could say. This feels much darker, much heavier, beautiful. It's gorgeous, but it's not light and airy, I will say that. The warm musk, absolutely. There is a beautiful musky note that runs through this fragrance. It's a stunner, you guys. And I think it's actually that musk that makes this such a great option for like a body care type product, either a perfume or, you know, like I said, a body spray or something like that. And I know that it's not listed here. It says it in the name here, you know, that the blush amber and peony. I really feel like there is some amber in here. Amber adds a lot of warmth and I think coziness to whatever fragrance it's added to. It immediately kind of turns it perfumey, at least to my nose. I love amber. I also really tend to lean towards a lot of personal fragrances that have amber in them. It just pairs really well with my personal body chemistry. And I smell amber in this fragrance. It's just very warm and inviting. And again, it amps up that perfuminess. So it kind of plays into the perfuminess alongside the musk note. And it just elevates that peony. But with respect to that golden pear, I would love to know if anyone smells pear in this. Nothing here says pear to my nose. I tend to be really careful with fragrances that contain pear. In fact, when I was looking online at the fragrance notes for this one, I kind of wanted to like mark it off my list. I'm glad I still stuck my nose in it in store, but I was tempted to like knock it off the list just because pear, a lot of times, if it's not done really well, it smells like body odor to my nose. Everybody's, you know, nasal passages are a little bit different. We all perceive fragrances in unique ways. And with pear, either it's done incredibly well and it smells like that delicious, you know, kind of fall fruit that I actually enjoy eating very much. But yeah, if it's done wrong, it just smells like body odor to my nose. I've heard a lot of people say that peach is the same way for them, where, you know, peach, either if it's done a certain way, it can just smell totally off and funky. That's what pear is for me. So I'm happy to report that this does not have any pear at all, because I don't even know that pear would make sense in this one. Maybe it would, but I don't know. It's not here, so I'm just gonna ignore that it exists. To my nose, this is mostly a musky peony with a beautiful amber kind of floating around in the background to add additional warmth and just kind of sexiness to the fragrance. This is a great bedroom candle. This is actually not something that I would normally burn in like the main areas of the house this time of year. but I'm really enjoying it, and oh, it pairs beautifully with Into the Night. I'm burning both, and they're heavenly together, so definitely recommend that combo. Let's see, what else? Strength and Throw. We have another good performance here, just like the Danbury shortbread this morning. The Strength and Throw here, I would put kind of between a 7 and an 8. I have had this one in the Hurricane that is on my kitchen island, and it does amp it up slightly in there, but this doesn't need to be in a Hurricane. It's quite noticeable just in its own right. I don't have any complaints. I think that the Strength and Throw of about a 7.5 that's plenty for me with this one. Would I take more? Maybe a little bit more, but honestly, probably not much more. If this was one of those fragrances that was like a 10 out of 10 or even a 9 out of 10, I feel like it would almost be headache inducing, but the way that it presents itself, you know, as is, I think is quite perfect. So this has a really solid medium plus Strength and Throw for me. The burn quality has been okay up until the halfway point. This does have those thicker, more tree stump like wicks, which I don't personally love because they do tend to dud out on me, or they will also a lot of times just start smoking or getting very sooty towards the halfway point. We're still okay right now, but if I have to put this one in a crock, it'll be fine. You know, I think it'll smell great in the crock actually, but I'd love to be able to actually finish burning it, especially because this label is just so stunning. I cannot get past the label. So, all right, I'm gonna give you guys the overhead shots so that you can see how things are going as of right now. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. We're not completely pulled out yet, and that is because I just lit this prior to filming, but you can see that there's no discoloration on the side of the jar. The wicks, I trimmed them quite short, so I would recommend doing the same. And I do just wipe a little bit of that carbon residue off the wicks after I trim them, and I just do that with a paper towel. So anyway, great performance. Like I said, so far, no complaints. Hopefully it stays that way. I would love to know your take on this fragrance. I would love to know if you smell the pear, if you agree with the Strength and Throw. I did read a couple of reviews online that mentioned that this was unscented. Definitely not unscented to my nose, so maybe there's some batch variation. But yeah, this would be a repurchase for me. Although, I think if I do repurchase it before it sells out, I think I would save the second one for like this kind of late fall and early winter time as a bedroom scent. I just think this would be so stunning during the latter part of the year as well. So if you happen to know if this is a new scent or if this is a repackage, do inform me about that in the comments down below. That way, if this maybe gets repackaged again and it goes back under a different name or whatever, I can hopefully find it again in the future. So, all right, I appreciate you guys being here. Again, subscribe if you are new, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.